Well, the time has finally arrived. You asked, I'll answer. I've also decided to throw up some Hades 2 footage while I do so, just to make it a little less boring for people to watch. Right, so let's get right into it then. Tetraphobe49 has a short list, so I'll go through them first. What are your pronouns? They, them. I am agender. Which part of the LGBTQ do you belong to? Depending on who you ask, the G and the T. I know some people don't consider non-binary to fall under the trans umbrella, but I do. Also, fun fact, the technical name for my sexuality is androsexual. Since I'm agender and attracted to men and masculine people, but I'm not a man myself, I don't technically qualify as homosexual. It's much faster to just say gay though, and it's not super important. Who has drawn your profile picture? My profile picture was drawn by @EvelynSmith on Twitter. What is your favourite D&D class? My favourite is Sorcerer, but I've played way more Clerics. What is your favourite video game genre? RPGs, especially fantasy RPGs, just anything that lets me play a mage-type character. I'm huge on magic classes. What is your favourite Fire Emblem game? I think it's a tie between Path of Radiance and Three Houses, but that might just be nostalgia talking. I need to replay Path of Radiance sometime and reassess it. Julian4289 asks, orange juice or apple juice? Reject binaries, drink pineapple juice. Daniel Niedman 5006 asks, chicken breasts or chicken thighs? Gotta be the birdie boobs, my friend. They're much juicier and plump and you can squeeze them and... Wait, what was the question? Kayspaceprinceart asks, fuck yes, Scooby-Doo and Kiss. Who's your favourite Baldur's Gate NPC? Karlach. No contest at all. I love her. I've actually been planning a video on her, which I'll get around to at some point this year. Also, Will is my second favourite. The Cool Toad asks, what is your favourite video from my channel? Sorry to say, your stuff isn't really my thing, but keep working on it. You'll get the attention you deserve from someone who will appreciate you a lot more than me. Owen Oos has a couple questions. Congrats on the 1k. Aw, thanks. What is your favourite FNAF character and game? Monty's my favourite, because I like lizards of all kinds and his punk rock / rock and roll aesthetic just is really cool. And I've never actually played a single FNAF game, which I know sounds weird considering the fanfic I'm writing. But see, I like horror, but I don't really like jump scares because I think they're the horror equivalent to tickling someone and saying, you laughed, that means I'm funny. Basically everything I know about the series, I know from watching game theory. Though as someone who's never had to play it, Security Breach is my favourite because it has the best character designs. What's your favourite boss in Elden Ring and what is it in the DLC? My favourite boss in the base game is a tie between Renala and Estelle because the fights take place in the most beautiful arenas and stellar settings are my fucking jam. My favourite boss in the DLC is probably Bale the Dread because holy shit have you seen this motherfucker. He stabs you with his exposed bones and gets so pissed he regrows his missing limbs. It's the coolest fucking thing ever. Also the fight lets you summon Igon and that never stops being funny.
Curse you, Bale! I hereby vow you will rue this day. Behold, a true Drake warrior, and I, Egon, your fears made flesh.
If you could have anything, even if it doesn't exist, what would it be? A dragon best friend. I think that would just be the coolest thing ever. That or shapeshifting powers. Or Pokemon. One of those three things. Bondforged Sky asks, congratulations on the 1k, you deserve it. Thanks my dude. I guess my question would be, do you have any characters you would consider to be your non-binary / gay awakening, and who's your favourite Scooby-Doo character? So the thing is, I can't attribute either awakening to a character. I realised I was gay in high school, but the signs had been there for a long time, and the entirety of my family realised it before me. I'm just kind of stupid sometimes. Well, not my dad, but we're pretty sure he has undiagnosed autism, so he's just as dense as me sometimes. I don't even remember what it was that finally clued me in. I just suddenly realised I like boys and was like, oh shit, what do you call this? So I told my mom and she helped me through it. As far as my gender goes, it was actually thanks to my good friend Kay. They weren't the first non-binary person I ever met, but they were there for me when I was questioning my gender and they really helped me figure myself out. I owe them a lot for it. However, Hugh Jackman's Wolverine was the first character that made me gay panic while watching a movie with my parents, so I'm counting him for the purpose of this question because holy shit, that man is hot. Oh, and my favourite Scooby-Doo character is Velma. Not from the Velma show though, I haven't watched that yet, and I really don't think I want to, just based on the things I've heard about it. Super Master Ball 1 asks, what got you into anime? My best friend Alexis did, actually. She was really into Dragon Ball Z and that got me into it a bit, and from there we just watched whatever we could find together. I guess my first anime was technically Pokemon, but I feel like it doesn't really count sometimes. GeoPumpkin asks, what's the story of your avatar? Why Toxtricity? Well, it's not a Persona thing if that's what you're asking. Sorry to disappoint. I almost feel like that would be more interesting. So the story is actually kind of boring, but when I started my channel, I didn't really have any idea of what my persona was going to be, or even where I was really going with it. So I didn't have any actual plans for my image. I think it was after uploading my third video that I realized it would help people to connect with my work if they had some kind of face to attribute it to. And like the absolute genius that I am, I looked at my Discord profile pic and thought, well, I do like Toxtricity, and I'm already using it here, so why not? It's actually one of my favourite Pokemon, though I'll be the first to admit it's kind of weird to have a Pokemon profile pic and not have any Pokemon content. I should fix it at some point, but yeah, that's how it went. Orchid T6497 asks, what TTRPGs have you played besides Pathfinder 2e and D&D 5e? Are there any you are looking into trying out? What are your top 3 favourite albums? What other games do you plan to stream after Hi-Fi Rush and No Straight Roads? Okay, so I actually haven't played Pathfinder 2e yet. I've played the first edition, but I keep getting more flashbacks to every player and the DM trying to figure out how to make grappling work that have made me hesitant to try second edition. I tried a little bit of a vampire game I don't remember the name of, and I tried out a Call of Cthulhu one-shot as well, but I've never played enough of either to really get a feel for them. I would really like to try playing Monster of the Week though, and there's a Boyfriend Dungeon TTRPG that I'd like to give a shot to. It's hard to choose just 3, but off the top of my head, I'd say All Time Low's Wake Up Sunshine album, Avril Lavigne's Love Sucks album, and the Dear Wormwood album by the Oh Hellos are my favourites, just at the moment. As far as streaming goes, I've actually kind of been craving a good shooter or horror game, so I might try streaming either Prey 2016 or Resident Evil 4, 7 or 8, though I'm open to suggestions. I've gotta start getting back into streaming. I've been taking a break from it because I've just been stressed by a medication change and also everything I've been working on. The Flappy Jack 3917 asks, favourite artist and favourite song? Also, what did you want to be when you were a kid? If it's not too private, how does that compare to what you do now? Oh god, I can't pick just one of either. I'm passing that first one, sorry. And I actually wanted to be an author, which is something I'm still working on. Well, I mostly just wanted to write for a living because writing makes me happy, so I'm strangely not entirely far off from what I wanted to do. I've actually got a novel in the works that I was working on for a while before I had to stop due to college taking up all my energy. It's a coming-of-age gay romance story I titled Arizona Rainbow, and most of what's done is actually up on my AO3 page if you want to give it a read sometime. I need to get back into it when I have more time and energy though. It's been a while. Finally, that Finboy asks, I gotta ask the good old usual, what got you into video making? Honestly, I just wanted to try it. I actually just graduated college last year, and I found myself with a lot of free time. I love watching video essays, and I've always really admired the work of my favourite YouTubers, so I figured I'd just give it a try and see how it went. I also kind of wanted a new creative outlet, and it seemed like it would be the most fun. It's probably easy for people with more experience to tell, but my first video upload was my first time working with any type of video editing. I've had plenty of experience with essay writing, but the video and audio part has been a steady learning process, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I can't say I do everything with absolute assurance in my capabilities. I really only have confidence in my writing skills, but this whole thing has been pretty fun, and I'd really like to keep doing it. It's also definitely made me appreciate the work that other YouTubers put in. Jesus Christ, this gets complicated sometimes. But yeah, I just want to give it a try and see if I could make something that resonated with other people and made them happy to experience. And I think I mostly managed that for the people that do see my content, so it's been pretty cool. Also, it's kind of done wonders for my self-esteem because every now and then someone will comment they really like my voice, and I've always hated my voice, so it's been nice to have people tell me they liked it. So, yeah, thank you to everyone who submitted questions. This was fun. I've also opened the Ask box on my Tumblr, so people can feel free to ask me questions there from now on whenever you want. I'll link to it down below. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'm going to go get started on that Dark Souls 2 video. Bye!